All right. Am I streaming on YouTube? Let's see. What's easier to see? I think that is easier to see. What up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? How's Twitch looking? I'm trying out a new format, trying to learn how to customize vscode to make it a little more stream friendly, a little more vertical friendly, and just a little more friendly. Look, I got little pets. I can toss them a ball and they chase after it, and you can, like, they play with your mouse, I think. Can I click on it? What are they saying? I think I can give them a background scene, so I'm trying to learn how to do that now. Hmm. Customize layout. No, I think that's fine. All right, I need to check audio real quick. All right, this is me testing audio. Cool. What else? What else? Let's check the YouTube audio, make sure I'm not leaking music. Definitely gotta check that. All right, no YouTube audio is leaking music. That's good. That looks a little weird. All right, no YouTube audio is leaking music. That's good. Right, let's see how that looks. Sweet. I will make this a cozy place to do some programming. We will make this happen. I just want to be comfortable and I want to write some code. What else can we do here? All right, so I was in the middle of learning how to customize VS Code. Because I'm just trying to make it a little bit more vertical friendly. Hmm. A cappuccino extension. Ooh, that is bright. Okay, how do I change it back? I don't know. My eyes can kind of get used to this. Look, I got my little pets. Okay, so we got macchiato, mocha. I think I like mocha. And then there's also an icon pack. Sure, why not? Let's install the icon pack. Let's see what this does. What did I go for? Mocha? Okay, yeah, I'm mocha. Okay. Now there's supposed to be a way to get a background for your pets. Put a small bored cat, an enthusiastic dog, a feisty snake, a rubber duck, or Clippy in your code editor to boost productivity. VS Code pets. Congrats on installing Joy. Change the background. Do you want code to open? External website open. VS Code Pets comes with themes. Themes are set from the VS Code Preferences window. Search for VS Code Pets to find VS Code Pet specific settings. Okay. VS Code Pets. VS Code Pets. Throw ball, remove pets, roll call. Start pet coding session. I gotta see what this is. What is this? I didn't understand what the website was saying. So I need to go to themes, I guess? How do you even go to themes? Am I crazy? How do you get to themes? Preferences. I think this, I don't know if this theme clashes with my background though. Ah, here we go. Product, icon theme, color theme, file theme. Just go to settings, VS Code, pet. Pet size type, ooh, pet size. Small. Pet type, pet explorer panel. Wait, what? What did that do? Where'd my pets go? I can give him a forest. Autumn. Interesting. Wait, what? Oh, I screwed up my pets. No. What are we doing here? Color pet brown. Pet size small. I screwed something up. Panel. Explorer. Open modal editor in main window. There we go. Must be a bug. That's funny. All right, I want to add my old dog Jake. My old cat Rumble. And Rumble 2.0, known as Trill. How much is that going to be a problem? Okay, there we go. Cool. All right. What about other theming extensions? So what do we call this? What is this under? It says 1.2 million. Last updated 9 minutes ago. Is this just under a theme? GitHub theme? Ugh. Material design icons. Interesting. I'm looking for... I don't know what I'm looking for. No. It has the old Sublime theme. That's awesome. That one's weird. This is probably fine for now, I think. Yeah. I think this works. Apparently today's Easter, and I did not know. All right, so where was I? I was in the process of figuring out some APIs for rendering. And I think we might have node and controls similar to, you know, Godot and Qt. A node being just a general node you can add, remove from each other kind of thing. Control is more UI focused with a bounding box, can interact with a mouse, so on and so forth. So that's what I'm currently thinking. The control, I think, is probably just going to be made up of a bunch of nodes. Does this compile at all? Okay, so it does compile, so that's good. I don't need to know that it's... Okay, so I have a control, a node. This is our node effectively. A node. I probably need a node 2D that's specific to being positioned, rotated, basically transformed. Because this will be my test. Because if I can create a transformable node, because not all nodes need to be renderable or renderable or positioned. Because we could put logic nodes in place to do other stuff. I think a node then has a node 2D, new file. Do I need to break it up that much? We can. Ooh, oh man, this is killing me. I wonder, I've got so much cleanup from the namespace perspective I need to do. Awen widget dot node 2D export namespace on widget. All right. This autocomplete AI, is it not using this file? Function, method, variable, parameters, namespace, lowercase, snake case. Okay, naming from type declaration comments. Let's do this. Let's set this to auto. The AI autocomplete is adding a namespace comment at the end of the namespace scope. I don't want this. Can you add an instruction to prevent this? I don't even know if the Copilot instruction, like, I don't know if it's Copilot that's doing the auto completing or not. It might be Microsoft. Cool. This formatting's weird. Is my configure clang format? Thank you. Who is providing the AI auto complete for my VS Code environment? It's giving me incorrect naming conventions. I'll quickly check the complete relay VS Code extension installed so I can tell you exactly. Ran code list extension over CLI command return nothing, so I'm checking the local extension folder directly. What I found from installed extension, GitHub Copilot Chat is installed. Full GitHub Copilot completion extension is not present. C++ IntelliSense. So the naming suggestions you are seeing are most likely coming from the C++ IntelliSense heuristics, which do not always follow your conventions. If you want, I can do one of the next. Add a stricter project instruction specifically forcing snake case for functions and variable names in generated code. Help tune settings to reduce noisy naming suggestions. Check your clang tidy naming checks and wire them into unsaved diagnostics so bad naming. I'll just fix it. Is this where I use GLM for my types? Or is that overkill? Alright, this is terrible. For CPP modules, should the export module statement be the same name as the class with same capitalization or something else? i.e. export module on widget.node 2D verse widget.node 2D. Oh, this is the Explorer. So is that, wait a minute. Settings, pet. So if I do panel, what does that do? Is it not showing it? Oh. It's like a whole, oh, create a whole scene. Can I do like, how do I show you guys? I don't know what the best way to do this is. Hmm. No. I want other people to be able to see it. Settings. Get. Explore. I still don't know why this doesn't like show up. It's like a bug. There we go. Do I already have GLM installed, actually? Or do I create my own math library? That's dumb. Hmm. I'm always torn between writing my own code or using a library. GLM alternatives C++. C++, GL matrix, math. I mean, this thing is still updated. Well, 4 months ago. Okay. Yeah, I gotta use GLM. Easy enough. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So we're gonna add GLM so that we can make use of it in our node objects. Once it's installed, we look at CMakes output to see how to include GLM. Let's see, GLFW, GLM. Right here. We will include it in our widget API, I guess. All right. So now we should be able to include GLM vec2. I wonder what the key binding is to just build my project. Does this have a key binding? CMake build, what is that? F7? Could not find a module named on Awen widget. Excuse me, Awen widget.node. See, even I'm getting this confused now. I need to fix this. I should fix this. Okay. We're gonna fix this. Can you refactor my export, import, and namespaces to replace on with when make sure the goal is to make sure the exports, imports, and namespaces match as much as possible. Can I? I want to move this under. Is there no way I can do that? Seriously? Ooh, can I move it above? No? Hmm. I want my pets. All right, what do we got here? What do we got here? You want a namespace module rename from on to Awen, so I'll first scan the code base. I found 107. I'm now doing a precise rip grep pass over source app and root files. Remaining on references, only 2 doc instruction references remain, which I did not change since they are guidance text, not code. Do not add trailing namespace closing comments. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's see what the differences are. Actually, let's make sure everything compiles. Okay, everything compiles. Let's create a branch. This is gonna be nodes. I want to create commit message. Add GLM and refactor namespace and add GLM, refactored namespaces and modules. Module names. Publish. Don't need a pull request right now. Okay. All right, what was I doing? I was making mistakes. All right, so now I need to override this synchronize function. Auto synchronize override. Yeah, so this is basically what do we do here? If the entity doesn't exist, we need to create an entity. So it's basically if entity dot is valid is not valid. No, that's not what we want to do. We need to entity equals engine instance dot world dot entity, which means we need to import the engine. using Awen core engine. Okay. So if the entity is not valid, create the entity. Does Flex have a way to... under the hood, it's probably still making a check, so yeah. I'll just do that. If valid, create the entity, return the entity. Here, do we set a... I think we need a transform component, right? Where does that go under? Do I create a folder for that? I'll just create one file. LMN. This comfy? I mean, I like it, but I wanted comfy music. No, not gonna question it. Whoa, whoa, of eternity. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, I need to check on my stream. See, why does it say Flutter mobile app? It should not be Flutter mobile app. Customize vscode. Customizing. Customizing vscode. I don't know why OBS is getting my stream title wrong. It's starting to get a little annoying. Just a little annoying. And let's see where we're at here. curiouser and curiouser. All right, so I have a node 2D. I'm blanking. I forgot what I was doing. Okay, so node 2D. I just added node 2D components. Jesus. I just completely like lost my mind there for a sec. All right, so module. So we're gonna essentially create some flex components in here. Export components. Export namespace. Components. Sure. Oh wait, that's not how you do that. Okay, so in here we're gonna have a struct. So do I do a position component or a transform component? I think I do transform because that should still fit pretty nice in. So position, scale, rotation. So I need to include GLM. Yep. What else do I need? I don't need velocity. I need like geometry. Geometry is also position. Size? Do I need a size component? I don't know what else to call that. Using size equals GLM vec2, I guess. I don't know if I like that either. Because I don't know if vec2 gets you a width and a height type. Yeah, no. The width and height is going to be for bounding boxes to determine intersection. So I might need a bounding box for rendering purposes. Maybe that's what I do. Struct bounding box min max. I guess. Let's do that. Okay. So then this guy imports the components. So we're gonna do, oh, did it have a suggestion? Transform. Dot position equals. Thank you very much. So this will create an entity. I don't want to call it entity. I'll just call it X. Node X. I don't like that. Never mind. I changed my mind. Okay. So this will create an engine. This is the opportunity. So this is where we'll copy from the main thread to the render thread. I wonder. Yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. Let's make sure everything compiles. Everything does not compile. What do we not like? Entity is an undeclared identifier. Left of dot world must be a class struct. Is this not a function? Oh. Oh, what is going on here? There we go. Got to include flex. I don't like. Thinking. I'm annoyed. Public includes go here. Awen. Flex. Flex.hpp. So we do that. All right. And then we need a new folder called flex. Currently, my flex integration exists in Awen core. I would like to move this into its own Awen source flex project. Make it an interface. Extract the flex options in Awen in source core cmake list.txt and move it into source flex. Have source have Awen core depend on Awen flex. I also created an include /Awen/flex/flex.hpp. This is where the source core flex.hpp content should be copied to. The entire project can be made aware that source that the include directory exists for including CPP headers. All right, I'm going to let that run, and I'm going to use the bathroom since no one's here watching. Ooh, I should make sure my pets are up and running though. Does anyone else question if they should have their second monster for the day? It's probably a bad idea. 150 milligrams of caffeine per can? That's fine, right? Configuration failed. Currently, my flex, blah, blah, blah. I'll inspect the current CMake. Found the flex options currently in CMake list. Confirmed is empty. Next, I'm going to locate. Current all three modules exist. Does that compile? That's the real question. If it compiles, we're getting somewhere. Hello, my potentially temporary... No, not temporary. Hello, my longtime Twitch viewer that just entered my my stream. Welcome. If you are curious as to what I am doing, well, I am tinkering with some C++ and also VS Code. Check it out. I don't know. Oh, it might be too hard to see. I can't. Is it too hard to see? I got little animals playing around on my VS Code window. Is it getting cut off? Oh, oh, it is. I did not know that. I gotta fix that. I don't know what to do about that. That might be too hard to see for you though. I could zoom in one more. Enhance. Boom. There we go. That's a little better, right? I got little pets. I can throw balls at them for them to chase around. I don't know. I thought it was funny. But yeah, I'm doing some C++, tinkering with the game engine. The game engine doesn't do anything. If you know anything about developers, we're always making game engines that don't do anything. But it's fun. I like doing it. All right, so I created my Flex project. That's good. It made it an interface. That's good. Everything compiles. That's good. So now I can go back to what I was originally doing, which was implementing my scene graph. Awen Flex. Yep, that's how I want that to look. Oh man, all that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to actually commit these changes while that's working. Separate Flex integration into its own project. Cool. All right. So during the synchronize step, if the entity doesn't exist, we're going to create one. And then we will update the entity's transform. So this effectively becomes our transformation node, which kind of works out. I almost wonder if I should just call this node transform instead of node 2D. So we have a set position. We now need to expose scale and rotation. So glm vec2 scale. Except, yeah, good point, AI. We want scale to be 1.0. So that if something is getting rendered, you can see it. Should I don't know what to do about this. Should I word wrap? Let's take a look. Oh, AI autocomplete. There we go. Wait. Oh, it's doing a terrible job at it though. I like to have my setters and getters next to each other. Set, get. All right, there we go. Now we have set position, get position, set scale, set rotation, get rotation. And then during the synchronize step, we'll copy that state into the render frame, loading it into our entity component system for rendering. Do I want word wrap? What is this? Change lines. Can I get used to that? I don't know if I'll get used to that or not. We'll try it. So rotation, scale. I could do trailing comma. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want word wrap. That's what I need. This is what I should have done. Cool. All right, let's make sure that compiles. That looks good. I should probably do one more node to make sure I can render something. So do I call this node transform 2D if my entire project is 2D? I can call it node TX. How would that look? Node TX? Node transform? I'll call it node transform. We're renaming this. Why? So I want to move this over a little more. I think. Like that. The same thing over here. Probably it shows just a little bit more, I think. Okay. Better than nothing. We're getting somewhere. Okay, so this is called node transform. I think I am going to need to implement child-parent relationship stuff in here too. Because the window is going to want to know all of it. Remember why you started. Remember why you came. Into the galaxy. Remember each other. Alright. I want to node transform. Control. We're not ready for control. We're not ready for window. Oh, I wanted to create a node polygon.ixx. Remember why you came. Element OP Q. Node polygon. Hey, there's my free streamer for viewbotting. My first viewbot ad for the day. Thank you, solid pillowcase 9PV1. At least you're giving me someone to talk to. Goodbye. Okay, so we have a polygon node. That's cool. I assume for a polygon, I'm going to need points, so I'm going to include a vector. I'm going to include Awen flex. I'm going to include that. I should probably also import core engine, components, node. Okay. Get our vertices going. Oh, set vertices. Yep, that looks good. Get vertices. Polygon. Ooh. Does Flex support? What do I do? All right. So graphics needs a components. What are we calling this? Components.ixx. ABC components. Uh, I could keep all my drawable stuff in my widgets class. That way, when I go to implement a new graphics backend, I can reuse my components. Maybe that's what I do. I'm gonna delete this. I can always move this later. It's not a big deal. Okay. So I actually want my polygon in here. Because this depends on graphics. Yeah, okay. The polygon is going to have a color. Is it per vertice? We'll worry about later. What are we doing with node polygon? So on a different thread, we copy the contents to the vertices. To do set polygon specific components here. I don't need a to do. Let's compile. Okay, that failed. Why'd it fail? Vector doesn't exist. Remember, kids, always include vector. Engine is not a class or shindig. Yep, using Awen core engine. Okay. Entity is valid, so we will create the flex world. If it turns out I don't ever need engine, I just need the flex world. Do I just make the flex world global? I think I'm gonna need engine global though for registration. All right, so we set the components, we set the vertices. We're definitely gonna need like color here, right? Feel like we're gonna need color. Implement a node polygon. Commit. Sync. Okay. All right, we're getting close. We're getting close. Now we need a window. To the window. To the wow. Module. I think we're gonna need. Are we gonna need flex? We might need flex. We might need vector as well. We're definitely gonna need engine. Import engine. We might need components. Export namespace widget. Window. Sure. A window has a size, all that fun stuff. Is a window a control? I think a window's a control, right? I probably need to implement a control. Crap. I think it's also a control is also a transform, but I don't know. No, I'll do that differently. We just need node. public node F7 to compile. Everything goes wrong. Let's figure out why. Because we aren't using names. No, not namespace. Awen core engine. Same issue. Using Awen core engine. Cool. Okay, everything compiles. Let's stage that so when I do go to break something, it'll be easier to track down what I broke. So where are we? We're doing a control. A control is essentially a render, or not even, I mean, it'll be renderable, but a base control won't have anything to it, I don't think, other than potential event handling. A width and a height, a position, a width and a height. So here we will auto set position, set size. So this will give us a width and a height. Except this isn't how we do. This autocomplete sucks. The value to use in a configuration of IntelliSense mode. IntelliSense engine. Default tag parser disabled. Does ClangD do a better job? Is that why it was working better on Linux? Should I just use ClangD? I don't know. A little annoying. Oh, someone texted me. All right. This is insane. You don't do that. I wonder if I do need ClangD. All right, let me. Because if I use ClangD, I think I can also use it for formatting. It just takes like it's such a pain to like get set up sometimes. Extensions, ClangD, install. ClangD language server was not found. Would you like to download? Yes. Oh my gosh. You have both Microsoft extension and ClangD extension enabled. Tells us we should conflict with ClangD's code completion diagnosis. Disable IntelliSense. Disable IntelliSense. Reload the workspace for the settings to take effect. Did I not already install this? Use installed version. Okay, you're just being dumb. All right, so then the other extension I could probably get rid of then is Clang format, because I think Clang D uses Clang format. Let's add to dev container. I think I already had that in dev container. Add to workspace recommendations, Clang format. Let's remove, uninstall. Okay, so recommended workspace suggestions. GitHub, LLVM, code extension, Clang. Wait, that's all I have? Doesn't seem right. Extensions. C++. DevTools. I think this says to bring in CMake and other tools. Yeah. Alright, this isn't cozy music at all. This isn't what I wanted. I wanted comfy beats. No, I don't want Lily Pichu. I want comfy beats. Hey Adam, how's it going? You've caught me in the middle of tinkering with VS Code. I'm doing good. Little tired today, but can't complain. Just kind of experimenting, getting a little bit of C++ done. How about you? What are you up to? Yeah. My auto completion I have been unhappy with because it's like going against my coding style, so I'm swapping it out for Clang D to see if that fixes it. Oh, you're learning C++. Ooh. I learned C++ in school as well. That was my starting language, so that's kind of where I ended up. Oh, any advice for learning C++? I guess it depends. Are you Oh man. I am 15 plus years into this career, so I'm trying to think where I started in school. In school, I think it was mostly like use Visual Studio or Linux Makefiles, which is insane. I think for me personally, and it's easy for me to say this because I've had my head in the game for so long. I would almost start with like CMake and because you can use CMake on Linux or Windows. Or if you're wanting to learn like as a project, I always learn languages by projects. You want to learn a language by a project, a C++ project. I guess it depends what you're interested in. Do you like games? Do you like Oh man, with C++, do you like networking? Do you like Processing data. C++ specific projects. That's tough because C++ is a pretty advanced language, so a lot of the more advanced stuff happens in C++. Like one of the things I did or do honestly, I I have my junior engineers. One of the first things I have them do when joining my team is I say, "Hey, I need to see what your capabilities are. Go out on the internet, use GitHub, and I want you to download a graphics library, use CMake, and I want you to draw a triangle, right? Do you have the ability to draw a triangle? Because from a C++ perspective and from a professional perspective, that gives me insight on where they're at on understanding how to link a library, how to compile a library, how to write some C++ code, that kind of thing. So that's honestly where I would start is draw a triangle. Get a triangle drawing on the screen. Now, what you're watching me do here is a more advanced version of that. So I am trying to get Pong up and running, but I'm trying to like make an actual C++ framework to do that. So it's a couple of steps removed from just drawing a triangle. Ooh, 3D models. So I took a class in college where I had to render a pretty well-known 3D dragon mesh and just use OpenGL, and it was literally just parse this giant file of vertices and display it on screen. So I guess that's also kind of a more advanced draw a triangle, right? You're not doing a triangle, you're doing a dragon. Do you have any other language experiences? Because I think before I started C++, I was programming on a calculator. So I at least like had some idea. Scripted for Grand Theft Auto? That's cool. Oh, Lua. Nice. I don't know Lua. I mean, I've always been aware of Lua. I've been aware of the Love 2D game engine for Lua. But every time I tried to learn it, I didn't like it. I wasn't a huge fan of the syntax, but other than that, like I've heard nothing but good things about it. And that being said, I might use Lua for this project, which will give me an opportunity to learn more about it. But yeah, no, that's awesome. Oh, a web dev. Okay. I am terrible at web dev. I use like so I have my own website for writing blog posts and stuff like that. I used I think it's called Astro. So I used Astro to help me build my website. I also grabbed like an Astro template so I didn't have to like build it from scratch. So that's about the extent of my web dev, unless you count like WebAssembly, where I can build an application and load it into a browser. I do know how to do that, and I do support that with this project I'm actively working on right now. In fact, I think I can show you. Does this work? Yeah, check it out. So this is a C++ application that I converted to Android, and this same code I can run in a browser. I was pretty happy with that because I've never done that before. In Grand Theft Auto, you can load web UIs. It's running Chromium, so it was good. Okay. That's pretty cool. I've had my head in the game for a while. That's for sure. But that also probably means that my strength in C++ means I have weaknesses elsewhere. Let's see, set size. Yeah, like my auto completion is being all kinds of dumb here. I need. Oh, it's still being dumb. I want this to override. I don't know if is Clang D working? Okay, that's good. Ooh, I probably have to point it to... Oh, I already have it. Arguments, Clang D, compile commands directory. Oh man, I'm so good. CMake build directory. I already figured that out. Okay, so maybe Clang D is working. Can I go to definition, for instance? Ooh, maybe not. Ooh, maybe not. Can you verify my Clang D extension is working when I right-click a function to go to definition? I don't have an option to do so. Dude, why are you learning computer science if AI will replace you? That's an interesting question. Obviously, I can't predict the future, but if people stopped learning computer science because AI is going to replace them, I think the whole world's going to come crashing down because no one's going to know how anything works. It'll be insane. Like, you still have to... Oh, man. You still have to know what you're doing, right? At least right now, like I said, I can't predict the future, but I've used AI for like different things. I've used it to try and be like, hey, create this entire complex application. And holy crap, is the code terrible. But I have also, and I am using it to help me write code faster, right? I'm using it to generate a bunch of boilerplate code that I know how I want it to be written and how I know how it works, that is memory efficient, all that fun stuff. I still have to know that in order to give the AI the right words to tell it what to do. So it's like anything else, right? Like, why do I need to learn math when I have a calculator? I mean, that's fair. It also depends on your interests, right? Programming has always been a strong interest of mine. So even if AI generated code, that still doesn't stop me from like reading what code it generated, right? And we're fortunate enough to have tools these days where I can just come in here and click on this and see a diff. I mean, I wrote this code, but like if AI generated the code, I would just sit here and read it to see if I understood it and understand it. But yeah, I do foresee a lot of people, myself included, falling into traps where it's like, hey, the AI is just going to do it. I'm not going to care what, like, I just want the solution, I'm not going to worry about it. But for like debugging purposes, the ability to like try and track down a problem, ooh, I don't know if I can go back. It's been so nice. Like right now, I have this Clang D extension, which is a language server for C++, and almost always it works straight out of the box on Linux. But because I'm on Windows, I would have to sit here and figure out all the issues with it, with getting it wired up. I am hoping I can use AI, as you're seeing right now, to try and track down that problem for me. Oh, it may have found it. Or it has no idea. Your ClangD setup is not fully working right now, and I found a concrete blocker. Workspace config expects ClangD executable. Ooh, ClangD might not be in my path. Uh, on your machine, ClangD is not on your path. I ran a shell check with where.exe ClangD, and it returned no executable found. Because of that, ClangD cannot start reliably. Likely secondary issue. Your project uses many .axx module files, and there is no file association in settings.json mapping .axx to C++ language mode. If a file opens as plain text, navigation options won't show. What to do next? Install ClangD and ensure it is in the path. So vscode installed ClangD, so I'm going to have to... That's annoying. What if I comment this out? ClangD restart, download language server, restart language server. I don't think that did it either. I don't think Visual Studio comes with ClangD. I'm going to check real quick, but I don't think it does. Microsoft Visual Studio. Tools, LLVM, bin. Does this have ClangD? It does not. Okay. Man, I've fixed this before. Do I really have to add it? If you want, I can apply the... Go ahead and apply the association. If VS Code downloaded and installed ClangD for me, where is it? I'll apply the file association and workspace setting, I'll apply the patch. It's running a script to try and edit some of my settings. I also found, oh, it found the downloaded binary. That's good. It is in, holy moly. Okay. If this works, I will put this in my environment and then set that back to ClangD. Run ClangD restart, Control Shift P, ClangD restart. I don't know if that's working. Sit down and try and learn it. Yeah. Yep. I mean, like I said, it all depends on where your interests lie. I've spent a significant amount of time outside of work. So you imagine 40 hours a week minimum at my job for 15 hours straight. And then in addition to that, tinkering with my own projects and just going into GitHub and clicking through C++ libraries and see how other people implement things. I get ideas, I look at things that I like, I look at things I don't like, and then I try and write stuff the way I like and see if the way I like actually works or if it makes things worse. And it's just practice. It's like anything else, right? You're just practicing. Non-stop practice. I don't think this is working. Yeah, this isn't. So if I right click. Oh, wait. No, it might be. No, it didn't work. Go to definition. Go to declaration. I might need to reopen the window. Reopen control. Go to definition. No definition. Go to declaration. Okay, so that's not quite working. Let me put this in my path. Or honestly, I should probably just... Should I just install Clang D myself? I should probably just install Clang D myself. Clang D. Get started. For best results, use the most recent version of Clang D. Installing with a package manager. Ooh, can I do a Choco install? Download the LLVM installer. Maybe that's what I should do. Let's see here. One of the things I don't have set up for this stream is the ability to just bring up a window I want to show on screen. I don't know the best way to do that. So for now, I might just have to sit here and describe for you guys. Can I do sudo in PowerShell? Sudo is disabled on this machine. To enable it, go to developer settings page. Maybe that's what I can do. Maybe that'll work. Allow MS settings. Does sudo work? Enable sudo. Enable the sudo command. Running the sudo command could expose your device and personal data to security risks. Uh-oh. Really? Disable. How to enable? Well, we're gonna watch me do this live, which could be deadly. We'll see. If my stream shuts down, you'll know why. Okay, let's try this. So if I do sudo choco install Clang D for Windows, what's going on here? Does this work? Oh, yes. Okay, I got a bunch of pop-ups to install it, but it looks like it didn't show up here. So I guess that's okay. So let's see if that worked. Is it in my... Okay, it's not in my environment still. I think I have to manually add that. Unless Choco has a way to do it. Choco install add to path. What did I install? Clang D? It's not there. Where the heck did it install it? Config, lib, helpers, lib. Really? So it didn't. Sudo install. Sudo choco install Clang D. Yes. Oh, it didn't install it. It did not like that. Okay, so that didn't work. So I think I need to just do this on my own terminal here that I can't show. So I launch terminal as an administrator. I type choco install Clang D. Oh, do I have to do -y? All right, I'm going to try that here first. Let's try that. Sudo choco install Clang D -y. See if that does it. Nope. Okay. Oh, Clang D not installed. The package was not found. Oh, can I not? Oh, maybe I assumed. And I assumed wrong. Choco install Clang D. Oh, do I have to install LLVM? Is that what I did wrong? Okay, let's try that. sudo chaco install llvm. Oh, I still get a pop-up. Yes. If you're not aware, LLVM is a open source compiler project for C++. They provide the Clang C++ compiler. In addition to a crap ton of other tools. Even languages like Zig are built on top of it. Or was. I don't know if Zig has transitioned to its own thing yet or not. So something's happening, but I don't have a way. I'm going to look this up. There's got to be a way that I can easily show the stream, a window I choose to use. OBS, show stream a single window quickly. How to capture only a specific window without using game capture. Try window capture. Yeah, I want to do it quickly though. Use window capture instead and use the drop down list to select specific windows. I would show you a pic. No, none of that works. Okay, but I think it's installed now. Or LLVM is. Let me see. I don't know where that installed. All right, I'm doing all this work to install ClangD and it's still not getting installed. That's annoying. All right, so new plan. I'm just gonna add this path to my environment. This users fun what's that say? Fun app data roaming code user global storage LLVM. All right. If this doesn't work, I got nothing. Let's add this to my path, hit OK, hit OK. Let's change this back to just be ClangD. And then I think I have to relaunch the window. So I don't know what's going to happen when I do this. So I'm going to close the window. And then I'm going to bring it back up. It did not show back up, but I can fix that. the motivation. Thank you, by the way, for the help. The motivation. I upload everything to Notebook LM and trying to learn the theory part. Okay, I've not heard of Notebook LM. Okay, so what's going on with my OBS? I lost my VS Code window. And I don't know why. So VS Code, sources, properties. All right, there we go. I think we're back. So background. All right, we're back. Oh, Gemini. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, if you're, I mean, I would hesitate to use AI to learn per se. I mean, use it to find stuff you wouldn't normally be able to find, but like using it to actually write code, that's a little tough. Because yeah, you will run into a situation where you'll start building all this stuff, but you'll have no idea like how anything works. Like it's hard to explain learning how or how, why a vector is so much more performant in C++ than something like a list or a hash table or a queue or a deck, right? Until you physically, like in your own debugging, learn, like, oh, shoot, a vector is contiguous in memory and none of these other things are. So even though the performance characteristics of a vector aren't as good when, let's say, you're doing a search compared to an unordered map, it's still faster than a vector. And you're not going to witness any of that if you have like AI writing it for you. That's good. That's a really good approach. Even myself. So or I am currently writing an application with an entirely different language that I have been unfamiliar with. And I use AI to help me. Right, I will use it to be like, hey, I want to build an application this way. I want to use this architecture. I want to use these design patterns. What approach do you think I should take? And then when it gives me some of those examples, I can be like, I see how this language works. I see what's working for me and what's going against my ideas. And then that kind of helps guide my research into understanding a little better. Keck W. I haven't seen Keck W in years. Do you know what that's from originally? That's World of Warcraft. That's that's Battlegrounds when the Alliance and Horde are shouting at each other and saying LOL, but because the Alliance and Horde don't understand each other, it shows up as Kek, Kek, LOL. That's hilarious. I haven't seen that in a while. Okay. So this was in hopes of getting Clang D working. Did it work? Go to definition. Dang it, man. Go to definition. All right, let's I'm going to stick AI on this again, see if it figure it out. Hey, I have added the the VS Code Clang D installation path to my environment. I restarted VS Code. I don't think Clang D is working. Can you verify and see what's going on? Let's see if it can help me. Oh, I just saw that you were talking about Lua there. There's no memory management in Lua. Like you're not. Do you mean like you're not responsible for allocating and making sure you deallocate? Because that makes sense. I'll verify this in two layers. First, whether ClaimD. Let's see. ClaimD is installed and visible. I found 3 compiled databases, but your shell doesn't have RG. So I'll use PowerShell. Okay. I confirm the Linux client compiled database points to workspace. Shouldn't be looking at the Linux one. Oh, I wonder if this isn't working. CMake build directory. Because if that's not pointing to the right thing, because my build directories have preset names to them. That's cool. I've heard of Notebook LM, I just haven't had to use it. Pretty cool. Verification result. ClaimD is running, but it is failing on C++20 module resolution for MSVC build commands, what I checked. So it can't handle C++ modules. Dang it. Need a ClangCL based Windows preset for the compiled database and point ClangD to that directory. Oh boy, that's a beast of a change. Oh. Hmm. All right, I gotta think about that one, and I'm gonna heat up some food. Adam, I really appreciate you stopping by, hanging out with me. I am gonna leave the stream going, but I'm probably gonna step away for a couple minutes to get some food heated up, and I'll be back. Old-fashioned peanut butter toast. So it looks like I'm not going to get Clang D for my C++ modules. So that was a wasted effort. Yeah, I'm pretty quick. I typically meal prep. So a lot of the times it's just heating up food. But that being said, I'm just doing a peanut butter toast, so it was pretty easy to toast up and put some peanut butter on it. All right, that works. All right, we're back. We're back in business. I can do some coding now. What a detour. Oh, my cat's bugging me. Hey, what are you doing? Maybe I can pick him up and show you. Come here, Trill. You say hi? Hi, Trill. What? What? Hi, buddy. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Are you hungry? Did I fix food and not feed you? Hmm? I like. All right. I need to go make sure he has food. That was rude of me. Come on. I should be good. Hmm. Hmm. Member function already defined or declared. Oh. That'll do it. All right, let's see here. Everything compiled. I have a position and a size. So a control node is going to be used to handle events. That means I'm going to need So that doesn't work. Why did that not work? Because it's called onStart. Okay, that worked. Hey, Abdera Manber one. How's it going? Ooh. Um, okay. I might have an answer. Oh man. You're asking the wrong guy. I tried just yesterday to learn NeoVim for the first time. I've used some Vim in the past, but you've got to put some time and effort into getting NeoVim set up the way you like to make you productive. From my perspective, VS Code. Now, I've been using GUI editors my entire career, and I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of VS Code, but the ease that I can just point and click to get the stuff I need going is so much quicker. So much quicker. Now, the downside is I bet a NeoVim master can probably navigate their editor, like that. Whereas someone like me, I might have to like hunt and peck, but I don't know. Like even I can do this pretty quick. It's not that hard, and I can do the same stuff that NeoVim can do, right? Where if I need to go to a file and change that file, so on and so forth. Um, but I don't have a lot of experience with NeoVim, so I can't with expertise say that one is better than the other. I can say NeoVim takes longer to become an expert at. But the ceiling is probably a lot higher. But if it's something you're interested in, then I mean, go for it. That's what all of this is about, right? Just playing around with whatever you find interesting, fun to use. If you like to tinker, tinker. Have you, Abder, have you tried using NeoVim yet? You know what's funny? I haven't tried using NeoVim in my VS Code editor. Let's see what happens. What do I have in here? What file can I open? cmakelist.txt. Nvim cmakelist. Let's see if this does anything. Check that out. Give NeoVim credit where it's due. You can run NeoVim in any of your editors that supports a terminal. Why is NeoVim better? Again, probably asking the wrong guy, because I don't necessarily think it's better. But I would say that in the right hands, NeoVim, watching someone navigate through their projects and editing and the macros you can do with NeoVim, if you watch and see how they work, man, they're wizards. Absolute wizards. It's like, even in VS Code, and I'm not that great with VS Code if I'm honest, because again, most of my time writing code isn't spent needing to do a bunch of jumping back and forth between lines, multi-line editing, that kind of thing. When I do need to use it, I can use it. But most of my time, especially these days, is spent more just architecting and designing and planning, writing code snippets here or there. But with NeoVim, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. Like, I just learned, because NeoVim has a tutorial you can follow inside its editor. So I can do stuff like delete a single character by pressing the X button, right? I can DD to delete the whole line. I can U to undo. It's just a different way to do editing. Yep, using NeoVim without a mouse, that's something else I've learned is you basically have both hands on the keyboard. So inside NeoVim here, if I want to navigate, it's J or K to go up or down, H or L to go left or right. I think it's like Control U to page up, Control D to page down. So like not only do you never take your hands off the keyboard, you don't have to like reach to the extra keys on your keyboard, like home, page up, page down, end. So like I can hit the 0 button and it goes to the beginning of the line. I think dollar. Oh no, that's a macro. And then there's just like some magical stuff you can do with macros where it just like will automatically refactor. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'll give it credit where credit's due. It's cool. I just don't know if I want to put the time and effort into learning it. Between working, now I will say this: if there ever came a day where I could make a living off of streaming, where I could just sit here and learn it, maybe I will. But I'm like most people on here, right? I've got to work 8 hours a day. I want to stream at least a couple hours a day to try and make a name for myself. And then on top of all that, video editing, I got an actual product I'm trying to build on here. So my time in a single day is limited. So if I had a lot more free time, I think I would tinker a lot more with NeoVim just to see what the realm of possibility is. But until that day happens, I'll probably stick to VS Code. Just because of all the extensions you can, click and install. But it was pretty cool. I could launch NeoVim inside VS Code. That's hilarious. All right. I'm getting distracted. Let's see here. So I'm writing a control node. That's going to have a position and a width, or a position and a size. I'm going to do event handling for controls. So who owns that? I don't know if there's anything I need to do here. So the whole reason I wrote this, I don't even know. Oh, position size. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. I need to set my components. Entity.set transform. Oh, I didn't think about that. This has to be a transform. Node transform. Okay, so this will be a transform node. Gosh darn it. No, I was right the first time. I have lost my thought process. I was just going to manually do this myself. So control is also going to have a position scale. Does it need a scale? I want to look something up here. Okay, yeah, it can have a scale. So that'll be interesting. If I'm scaling a control node, I'm probably going to have to account for that for my bounding box to do mouse input collision detection. Let's see, so set position, set size, I want to set scale. Rotation. So I got position, scale, size, rotation. All that looks good. Yep. And then here I need the components. I have the components. Okay, so entity dot set transform. This becomes, put a comma there. We set the transform. Position, scale, nope, transform doesn't have a size, that's a lie. Do I have a component for that? I have a bounding box. I don't know if I need that yet. So I'll give it a transform for now. I think that's all I need to do. Transform is an undeclared identifier. Won't you tell me what's undeclared? Yeah, I guess. How do I want to do this? Using Components. This one. Can you do that? I guess I could. Guess I don't need to do this up here. I can just do this in here, couldn't I? Ooh, it didn't like something. The following warning is treated as an error. Oh, I need to include my flex. All right. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so that is my control node, which we will use to handle events. And now window here will derive from the control node. Then I don't need a size, position, width, or anything here. I don't think... Ooh, I will have to do something here. Yes. No, don't you remove that. Stop biting me. What do you want? Now. Quit being a twerp. So what's the solution here? Derive from a control node. Does that mean I need to do auto entity equals control synchronized? In the window, I need Windows position, internal position is always going to be 0. So this needs to be like this node essentially represents the root node of the entire scene. So it will always be... Ooh, that's the other thing. Control nodes will always be relative to top left corner with a width and a height. So this guy will have a different transform altogether. My second ad for viewbots. Thank you. Trample sword Nix 4. Be gone. Right. Transform. We get our entity. We set the position. I don't know. Is that how that's going to work? Only time will tell. We'll probably have to depend on how I do the viewport of the window. The transform will have a 0, 0 starting point. Everything else will be relative to it. Now the window has a lot more to do though. Here I am going to need to set up a Raylib graphics window, which is this guy right here. Event handling, all that fun stuff. Okay. So in here, I need to import I have to define a width, a title, a width, height. Okay, so I need a window title on here. Width, height. This autocomplete sucks. I want to make this window a pointer so that I can choose when to instantiate it. Not like that though. That's not. Yeah, this is what I want. Okay, that's not what I want to do. Oh my god, this autocomplete is invasive. The Clang D one is so much better. On startup.connect this. Right, this becomes this needs a title, a width, a height, and config flags. Title, width, height, config flags. So title, a width, width. That's going to be size dot x, size dot y. Then it needs config flags. So we're talking. That's all I need right now. Add a, how does this work? Add a trailing comma. Come on, dude. That's not it. Can I add a comma here? Does that actually work? Dang. I was hoping do something like this. It's not gonna let me, is it? Alright, does that compile? Let's see if it compiles. All hell's broken loose. Can't use string view because I did not include it. Can't use string because I did not include it. Let's try it again. Config flags is wrong because it's a config flag, singular. Config flag is also wrong because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, because it's not a part of the window. I probably should fix that. So it's under graphics, Awen graphics. So this needs to be using Awen graphics config flag. So then I can get rid of this. Oh, there we go. All right, let's try it again. Fourth time's a try. Oh, okay. What am I getting wrong now? Probably spelled it wrong. Resizable without an E. I knew that. I knew that. Wow. Can't use make unique because why? No matching overload function found. Can't use make unique. Probably because it doesn't know which window I'm talking about. Okay, so let's specify the namespace because that's why namespaces exist. See if that's the issue. Nope, that's not the issue. What's going on here? Doesn't know what Awen widget components is either. Because I never included it. Awen widget components. Oh my gosh, wall of text crits you for over 9,000. Cannot convert this pointer. Make unique, no matching overloaded function found. Could be make unique. Yeah, it's struggling to know what the type is. Did I? Unique pointer, graphics window. Did I not import graphics window? I did. Am I doing this wrong? Export graphics.window. Import graphics.window. Awen graphics window. Did I get the namespace correct? Awen graphics window. Oh, is it because of the initializer list? Am I doing that wrong? Initializer list, config flags. I guess there's an easy way to check for that. I can just remove the initializer list. See if that does it. Binary equal operator, no operator found, which takes a left hand. What is going on here? We have Awen widgets components. It has a transform, position, and you're telling me, oh, frickin' GLM. Such an old code base, you can't even do. No, that didn't do it. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I don't know, but I did just see one thing I'm doing wrong. Synchronize needs to be const because you don't want to modify anything in this object because it lives on the main thread. And this function is going to be on the render thread, which means it needs to be read-only. So I definitely got that wrong. So I'm going to fix that real quick. All right. Let's see where we're at. I don't understand what I am doing wrong here. Is there literally, wait, does vec2 literally not have, it's a type def of vec, which is a struct. And the struct contains a union of types, X, Y, R, G, S, T, and no way to copy. Can you really not copy GLM types? Hang on. Is that true? Actually, I can just do this. Are GLM types not copyable? What's going on here? I need to see what error issue you're encountering. The code looks fine as is copyable. Could you provide the specific error? Without the context, yeah, I can. Oh, add file to chat. Let's try. Okay. Let's just try to do it inline. We'll just give the error to chat, see what it says. It just feels like I'm like writing the syntax wrong or something. Oh, it's flex. You can't mutate flex types? I don't think I knew that. So you have to get the component as mutable. All right, we're slowly getting there. So the other issue I was running into then is that initializer list. It's not liking the initializer list. All right, did that work? Okay, so that was the issue. Flex components are not mutable by default when you call get, so they're read only. Okay, so if that works, can I go back to doing this? Cool. All right, so we did that. Set the position to 0. We create the window. I want to make it resizable though. But it doesn't like that I am doing that. So do I have to specify? I have to specify this to unambiguate it? Seems kind of crazy. Yep, that's what it took. Gross. I don't like it. What a ugly API. All right, so this should create the window, but I need to keep the window running, which means I need the renderer. Because the renderer has begin, end, and clear. So I need to do that. So inside here, on render.connect, let's import the renderer. Awen graphics renderer. I should now be able to do using Awen graphics renderer. Renderer begin. Renderer end. Renderer clear. So I need an Awen graphics color type. Okay. Make it black. Does this compile? Ooh. On render undeclared. Oh, that's right, because that doesn't exist here. We need to do it for the engine. Black is not a member of color. But it is a part of the namespace colors. All right, that compiled. So we get a window on startup, And then during the render frame, we render a black window. So if all goes according to plan, wait, where did this width and height come from? Size. Where'd that size come from? That's not right. Let's get rid of position size. No. So this becomes, yeah, there it is. Yeah, this. Okay, does that compile? Okay. Well, if all goes well, what I should now be able to do is import Awen.widget. Ooh, I don't have a module file for widget. Let's create module.ixx lm in there it goes. So we have node window. Okay. Could not find module Awen widget. Really? What? It's right here. I see what I did wrong. No. We're so close. Error could not find module Awen widget. That makes sense because we didn't link against our Awen widget library. Ooh. Ooh. I'm scared. Do I try it? Do we go for first try? I feel like there's always, oh wait, I didn't actually create the object. So I need to create a window, set the title, add it to the engine. I need to give it a size. I always liked 1280 by 720. I don't think giving it a position right now will do anything. But 8080 is always a good default. And it just occurred to me, no one's going to be able to see this happen because I don't have the stream set up to show random windows. So I got to figure out what I want to do there. I almost need like a little spot like right above my head here. This spot there where it's just like, hey, designate this area as something on my desktop that's live that I can just drag into that little spot and show off what I'm cooking up. So let's see. I don't think it's quite ready yet anyway because I set the window to resizable, but I don't think we're processing any events. Did I handle the events? We have a poll events function. Where does that get called? Nowhere. So that probably needs to happen. So this would be like what? Engine on events. That's not right. On event. So that's not right. That will make it so that resizing actually works. And I can move the window around. So if I can do all that, that means I can draw to it. Okay. So I have that working. It bugs me beyond belief how bad the IntelliSense is, at least in vscode, for C++ modules. All right. So that's going to work. Right? First try. No one's going to be able to see it because I don't have my stream set up to show it, but I will show it as soon as I make sure it works. So I just need to launch this application here. So if I come to terminal, /build, what build am I doing? I'm doing debug. /x64 msvc debug installed bin Awen Pong. That's awesome. Oh, it even resizes. Okay, so I need to figure out how I show off dynamic windows to the stream. Maybe I just add another scene that is for this window alone. So what is that? That is going to be... I'm going to add a scene. I'm going to call it Awen. And everything's going to go black. Back in black. I'm going to create a display capture. Is it display? No, a window capture. Video capture, window capture. I'm just checking to make sure there's not another option. Yeah, I think it's window capture. And I'm going to call this Awen capture. Hit OK. Select the window, Pong. Hit OK. Why is that not showing up? That's worrisome. Okay. Let's go back to my stream. Hello, welcome. And then I should be able to right click, add scene, Pong, hit OK. There it is. We got a black box. That doesn't show anything. Okay, I swear it works. Ooh, is it not showing the title bar? Surely not. What happens if I resize this? Okay, so it resizes. Like, look at this. Right? That's the window. So this is the like my code's working. I just don't know why it's not showing the title bar. What's the best way to do this? I don't want it to stretch to window. Let's see here. Transform. For anyone who's actively watching, I appreciate it. You're watching in real time someone figure out how to stream. So I can fit the screen, stretch the screen, center vertically, center horizontally. Fit the screen. Center the screen. Nah. I want to do like... It doesn't look right. All right, I'm gonna toggle back to the main scene so I can edit it, which is this one. Why does that look wrong? Oh, wait a minute. This might be it. Did that do anything? I thought for sure that would give me the title bar back. I mean, here. We can kind of prove this. I can... Oh. Hang on. I need to reset this. Transform. Reset transform. Okay. So when I move this window around, it doesn't move around the... There's got to be a way to do this. But anyway, I can kind of prove this stuff. Ooh, I'm not handling the close. Let's kill this. Okay. So let's just real quick, I can change the color. So you know I'm not making this up. Let's go with actually I don't know what colors I have. I forgot. What's a good color? Ooh, orange. Let's see what orange looks like. Ah! See? It works. I told you. I mean, not that anyone was actually doubting me or saying one way or the other, but it works. So now I need to figure out how I can show it. I guess I could just leave it there. I could do something like this. So it's just always present. Oops. I don't know if I like it like that. Imagine that shows up kind of small, but that, I mean, that's the window. It's just not showing the title bar. I'm gonna look this up real quick. OBS. What is this called? Window capture? Window capture. No title bar. People are looking to record it without the title bar. I want it. Just crop the window, hold Alt, resize. No. Alright, so if I resize... Okay, so you can kind of see the title bar is there now. Oh, it's tiny. What? Okay. I need to learn how to... Unpog. Right, you guys are watching me live edit this. Let's see. Properties. I mean, this is a 4K display, which is why it's showing up kind of small like that. I can capture cursor, client area. What happens if I don't capture client area? What's a client area? Hit OK. Oh! I figured it out. I got the title bar, guys. Look, you see it? You don't capture the client area if you want the title bar. So now what I can do is set up this scene to show more of the window. All right, so we're going back to here. If I did that, did that do anything? No, that didn't do anything. That doesn't affect it. Does that affect it? Oh, it does. Okay. And then if I maximize, what does that do? Does it fill the whole? So there's minimize. And then I can shrink. Okay, so I can go past it. I need, okay. I know what I need. I need to be able to move the Pong application around the whole scene. I don't know how to do that. Transform, fit the screen. Okay. So then I do this. Okay. So I move it around, nothing happens. Transform. Stretch the screen, fit the screen, center. Edit transform. Oh, there's alignment. Let's see. Bounds, fit. Automatic cover, maximum size only. What's automatic? Ooh, this might be what I want. Is that what I want? Okay, if I move this around, nothing. If I do this, ooh, that's not good. Oh, hey! Oh, I'm showing my desktop. It's like I did it. Okay, we're getting there, guys. Have faith. All right, let's see here. I am going to OBS window capture move when window moves. Is that a thing? Track move, yeah, track window cap. To make a window capture automatically move when the target window is moved in OBS, you need to use the move plug. I need a plugin. Okay, I need a plugin. All right, so we're going here. Here's what we're gonna do. I am going to figure out a way to put this back the way I had it, which was fit to screen. So if I do something like that, move this around, you guys at least see that. And then if I go too far, it just, okay, so if I maximize, it just makes it smaller. Okay, cool, cool. So that works. So I can just resize. I like it. That's good enough. Agreed? Anyone who's watching, agreed? Good enough? So then if I close the window, which I actually can't because I'm not handling the escape event. Good enough. Oh, man. What a pain. Working window. Instantiation. All right, here comes the fun part. I'm going to hop over to a Linux container to do a bunch of container scanning. Not container scanning, code scanning. And we're going to see all kinds of errors pop up, I'm sure. We're talking like lack of constructor definitions, default operator definitions, No discarding return types because the Microsoft IntelliSense's autocomplete is terrible. Oh, I lost my pet extension. I'm sad. I want to get it back. Where'd it go? My pet. Install. We gotta get our pets back. Okay. It's installed. Yeah, we're back. We got our pets back. We're good. Uh, except that's not my pet. We'll name you Coffee after my pet named Coffee. We'll name you Rumble. Get you in there. And we need to add my current cat, which is whose name is Trill. What color are you, Trill? Are you black or gray? I'll make you gray. Trill. And then we need my dog that I used to have, who was, I mean, he wasn't black. Yeah, he wasn't black, but he isn't a light brown either. And his name was Jager. And I can throw some balls to them, and they will go play with them. Oh, look at that. Okay. Anyway, back to work. I'm in the dev container, the Linux dev container. Now I gotta run, or I gotta compile and then run some linting tools on the code base to get everything cleaned up. Then I think I'm good. Ooh, I should also make sure the window pops up. Ooh, a WSL window might show up differently in my OBS stream than a Windows window. So I might have to set that up too. But we can make sure that this is running in Linux as well. And I'll be able to show everyone. So all of that code to do what? What is this? 12 to 21, about 10 lines of code to create a window. It only took this much. We are currently building our dependencies. Looks like, oh yeah, that's right, because I added GLM. That's a new one. I see a couple of viewers that popped in. Hello, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you stopping by. You've caught me at a transition point where I've finally got a window to pop up with some framework logic I've been building up in C++ using C++ modules. I don't know if you're a C++ developer or if you are even a developer, but thanks for stopping by either way. I really appreciate it. Earlier this stream, I worked on my editor and got this little extension installed so I could have some pets running around. I thought it was kind of cool. I am trying to make this a a welcoming stream for people to hop in, say hi, and chill for a little bit if they feel like it. I think there's enough stress going on in the world that it's always nice to have a place you can pop in and kind of relax. Ooh, okay, code is compiling. That is a good sign. Look at it go. Code compile, go burr. Yeah, it only took all this code to create a window. Not really. I have a bunch of old code I want to get rid of. All right, let's see here. I need to run my analysis. Format. Then clean tidy. Well, it was nice while it lasted. All right, I'm lazy. I don't feel like fixing all this. Let's have AI do it. Plus, I'm tired. Hmm. All right. Fix all of my errors, please. And thank you. That way my pipelines won't cry. I think some of this I already knew were errors. Possibly unsafe operation. Oh man, this is old code though. I'm not going to be using this. Ooh, I may have unleashed a beast. I wonder what it's going to do. Some of the stuff I actually don't need it to do. Is it still running? Building Clang? Yeah, it's still running. Okay. Let's look at my pets. Oh my god, it's climbing up the wall. Can I can copy. What does copy do? What happens if I paste? Am I going to paste my pets? Oh, nope. Okay. Huh. Oh, I didn't find out if I could run this in WSL. Let's see, build x64 Linux Clang release installed. Awen. All right, it is running. Ooh, but I don't have a title bar because I don't have Wayland. I thought I already fixed this. Didn't I already fix this? You guys can't see it anyway. I need to. What do I need to do? This is getting ridiculous. I need to add another scene. I'm going to call this Awen WSL. Hit OK. We're going black. You know, I'll deal with it later. It works on Windows. Trust. It works on Linux too. You just can't see it. I don't know why it's not showing a title bar because I thought I installed Wayland. I do have Wayland. Do I have what is it called? Decor? I have Decor. I might need it to get it. I might need it to rebuild GLFW. But anyway, let's see what the AI is doing. Next option. Okay, I did not modify your unrelated existing change. Okay, so it made some changes. I told it to fix. I told it to fix my Clang Tidy errors, so it did. So instead of treating warnings as errors for all my files, it decided to not look at anything. Oh no. Whoops. Okay. What do I need to do? I need to add, let's see here. Add pets to dev container. Gotta have the pets. We'll push this up, and then we'll at least do GitHub. We'll take a look at GitHub and make sure this stuff passes. Can I get a browser in VS Code? Does VS Code run a browser? VS Code web browser? How do you get to it? Open the run the browser, open integrated browser, Control Shift P. Oh, this will be huge if I can do this. Control Shift P browser. Look at this. Ooh. I didn't know. Oh man, this is huge. Oh, I'm sorry, cat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you. You were sleeping like right on my chair, dude. I don't think anyone. Oh no, someone just showed up at my stream. Hello, I appreciate you stopping by. I'm gonna detach this real quick. Sign in. I don't remember how to sign in. Why am I being so dumb? Is it two-step verification? Need my phone. Yes, it's me. I know what I need to do. Oh man, this will be so cool. So that I can stream from my browser or from VS Code. I need to figure out how to make it possible to render my graphics window into a tab. And then I won't have to do anything else ever. Authenticator app. Need to use my authenticator app. Two-factor. What is this? GitHub? Check it out. Okay, so I pushed up change to Awen. You create a pull request. It's able to merge. What do you do? What do you do? Trying to bite me, dude. My cat keeps trying to bite me. No merge conflicts. What about the what about my runners? Made a bunch of changes. Does it not show the runners? Oh, dang, it doesn't show. It must not be able to handle. I wonder what it's not able to handle. Does it show it here? It shows this. Oh, there it goes. Maybe it just took a sec. Is it really taking that long? I'm going to check a normal browser. Or maybe it takes a little bit to get into the VS Code browser. But GitHub could be running slow as well. Yep, I think GitHub's just running slow. Does that mean I can... That might mean I can just have, like, Twitch chat up in a VS Code tab if I wanted. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, not that a lot of people are chatting with me, but still be cool. It would still be cool. You know what? If all this passes, I get this merge, I might go say hi to my mom. This is pretty cool. I think, man, okay, so I think the next step is getting this window on Android in the browser. Ooh. If I get it in a browser, then I should be able to just launch it into a tab anyway. But it would be cool to just have have it run in a VS Code tab and not just like a browser. Okay, so that passed. I think with that, I'm gonna call it a stream. Let's see. To recap, I got some of the framework implemented. I was able to integrate the graphics window, which is Raylib under the hood, And I was able to create a couple of objects here. Oh, I changed my branch. Ooh, I got VS Code kind of stylized a little, cleaned up for vertical displays so that I can stream vertically in hopes of maybe somebody coming in on a YouTube short and seeing what's going on. I added some pets. Now, this is awesome. This isn't it either. What's going on? Oh, is it still thinking? It's still thinking. There we go. Okay, yeah. So with just a couple lines of code, we have a window up and running. So cool. Very cool. All right. I think I am going to end it there. If you stop by, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you